must gain control.
No kidding. Okay, guys. Now, I hope all of you are enjoying my initial reaction to my very first viewing of the Last Jedi trailer. And now for the second viewing and the subsequent analysis. Here we go. It's finally on my computer. I've got my headphones. Fire. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Breathe.
Oh, that gives me goosebumps. Oh my goodness.
Just breathe.
I'm trying.
Now.
Oh, that's great. That's beautiful.
Reach out.
Oh. How?
What do you see?
Ah, I bet that's Leia.
Light.
It's gotta be Leia. Okay, that's a broken Kylo Ren helmet right there.
Darkness.
Oh my gosh, the bookshelf is like embedded in trees. Oh wow.
A balance.
That's Jedi stuff. Gah! Oh, she's going through saber contest. Oh my gosh, there's walkers in the distance. Oh my god. Oh, Finn, wake up, buddy. Oh, get out of there, quick. Okay, who's flying the Falcon? Oh.
I only know one truth.
Okay, Kylo. Oh, poor guy. Uh-oh, Phasma's back. Oh, space battle. I didn't even notice the space battle before. I was too busy geeking
Time
out.
for the Jedi to end.
No, Luke. No. The Jedi are not gonna end. Okay, Rey, you need to pull him out of that right now. Oh. Holy mackerel. Okay, so December 15th, 8 months from this day until that movie comes out. Oh my gosh! Second time, there's so many more things I noticed. It looks even cooler than it did initially. Let me shut off the camera. And when I come back, I will do a little bit of an analysis. So just hold on just a minute. My regular camera is flaking out big time. It keeps saying this card cannot be read. It will record for 2 minutes and then it won't read the card anymore. And that kind of worries me. So I'm going to stick with something I know is really reliable, and that's my GoPro. At least I hope so. Where's some wood to knock on? Okay, first shot. Rey, she's got this really breathless look on her face, but she doesn't necessarily look afraid or injured, I don't think. It might be a light bulb. Her eyebrows aren't, you're sort of neutral, so she might have just had a, a ding light bulb moment. I'm guessing she was standing up and had a vision and landed on her hands and knees, because it seems like visions tend to knock her over, if you remember from episode 7. Ugh, one of many absolutely gorgeous shots. This film, oh my gosh, the cinematography is... If these shots are any indication, this thing is going to give Rogue One a run for its money as far as cinematography goes. This is beautiful. Okay. Another beautiful shot of the island. You can see some paths and things going through. Ooh, another very beautiful shot. Rey overlooking the ocean. The only thing that makes me kind of uneasy about this shot is she looks awfully close to the edge. I mean, I know she's got great balance, but that's really slippery. And even though I'm only a few years older than the character, I feel almost sort of a parental protection toward Rey, because when she put on that helmet in Jakku, she's grown up her whole life without knowing her family. And I don't know, I just see her as a kid that needs to be, protected and pointed in the right direction. So I feel sort of protective of Rey. It sounds weird, but I don't want her to fall off. Okay, this one looks like Rey's meditating. She's sitting down cross-legged because you can see the position her feet are in. And she's just barely resting her fingertips on the ground. And I don't know how they did this. This is incredible. All these rocks lifting up. This is something I've never ever seen with a Star Wars movie. This kind of a force power, sort of a blanket force power instead of individual objects. It's like, okay, like the whole bunch just start coming up. Like, woo. Okay, don't get me wrong. I don't want to see her get injured, but I just want to see her fail once. Just once. I want to see her fail. That way she's not a perfect character, which people are complaining. Ah, Mary Sue. I love Rey, but she's a little bit overpowered. Tone it down a little bit, guys. Oh, yeah. You know exactly who that is from the back. Oh, that's gotta be Leia. It has to be Leia. And of course, if she turned around, if she said anything or smiled or anything, I'd probably break down in tears. I know for a fact seeing Carrie Fisher in episode 8 is gonna turn me into an absolute basket case. This is definitely like the war room of a ship. I'm guessing since Starkiller Base was about to destroy them, the First Order knows where they are now, so they can't stay there, so they're evacuating or something like that. Okay. Yeah, it was kind of hard to see what this was at first, but that's Kylo's smashed helmet. It looks like somebody stepped on it, or like, no, physically bashed it in or something. That's because that's not cut up by a lightsaber. That thing's been stomped on and crushed, and there's a whole bunch of broken glass too. So did somebody throw it through a window and jump on it? That's what it looks like. Is Kylo dispensing with the helmet? Because we've only seen him sans helmet in this one. Ooh, this looks so fantasy like Star Wars is. It's space fantasy and not science fiction. It looks so cool. That evokes so many images of fantasy books. Oh, I love that fantasy look. So mysterious. So neat. Oh, yes, and this, the book with the Jedi symbol on it. Oh, that is enough to make me drool. He's showing her all those old things that he's collected or that he found there. Oh, this shot. This is another one. There's so many shots in this trailer that could be a desktop. This is one of them. Rey is like going through lightsaber katas and Luke's up there watching. Oh, this reminds me of a shot from The Karate Kid Part 3 where Daniel and Mr. Miyagi are training on top of a hill and on top of a rocky cliff actually, and the camera pulls back and they're on this peninsula surrounded by water and the music. Oh man, that scene. I can't wait for that scene. Okay, some sort of a battle, maybe evocative of Hoth, but this is a completely arid climate and Hoth was absolutely snowed in. The only thing that's evocative of Hoth is there's a whole bunch of walkers coming, and there's smaller fighters going after it. They look like maybe modified junkie B-wings? Who knows? And they're stirring up a whole bunch of that red dust. So that's interesting. Again, same battle looks like. They're just coming in with all that red dust coming behind them. The angle of the shot kind of reminds me of, although they're coming from a different direction, that one shot from the teaser of episode 7 with the rooster tails of water behind the X-Wings coming in. So that's cool. I wonder who's flying in there. And those cliffs look really interesting. I'm guessing they filmed this on a salt flat and then fixed it in post. Oh, Finn. I was kind of worried about him. They've said that Finn will be okay, but he's in some sort of recovery there. Those tubes, I don't see anything in them. He's probably getting some sort of form of Bacta treatment because that's like the miracle drug of Star Wars. In some sort of maybe a brace, in some sort of a pod. Are they having to evacuate him? As long as Finn is okay and we see more buddy moments between him and Poe, then I'm fine with whatever Finn does. Because he's pretty cool. He's grown on me the more that I watch episode 7. Poe! Yes! I love Poe. Poe is awesome. It may be my aforementioned, I don't know, it's not a crush or anything, but it's like, I just love X-Wing pilots. There's just something about them that are great, and Poe is my favorite. I just love Poe. And BB-8, of course. The Rian Johnson said there's going to be lots of BB-8 moments in here, so I can't wait to see what gags they come up with. Ah, explosion! Looks like Poe just lost his X-Wing again. How many fighters does this guy go through anyway? Because he lost a blue one. at the beginning of episode 7. Looks like he loses his black and orange one when somebody shoots through the hangar. There's also some A-Wings in there. So is this before or after that big battle that we see at the very end? And, of course, BB-8. Oh, please, just don't kill Poe. Killing Poe would be almost as bad, not quite, but almost as bad as killing Luke. Oh, yes, Falcon. Well, given the cloud formations and the dark horizon, I'm guessing they are taking off from Ach-To, which is the planet with the water and the islands that Luke has been exiled to. So either this is Chewie and R2 making a break for it, but I don't think they'd leave Rey and Luke behind, so maybe Luke and Rey are taking the Falcon and making a mad dash because the First Order has found them. Oh yeah, Rey's got her game face on. She looks really PO'd at something. She's really booking it too. I think she sees something and she's running after it like, okay, slice and dice, because she's got the lightsaber already out. This does not look like that Jedi training exercise where you run a long distance. She's not doing sprints for fun. She's going after somebody. Oh, Kylo with the reflection of red. I'm thinking his scar healed really quick because I can't see it through the glare of the red. That's not really a scar over his eye there. I'm convinced that's part of his hair because some of it's sort of plastered to his head. Besides, he got sliced over the nose, and that thing's about 3/4 of an inch off center. If that is supposed to be a scar, then continuity's messed up. Is it just me, or does it look even more unstable than before? Careful it doesn't blow up in your face, dude. Not that I'd care. I'm sorry, I can't stand Kylo. I don't want him to be redeemed. That story's already been done. I just want him gone. Ah, this image is heartbreaking. Luke staring at, that's got to be the way he is, and the flying sparks everywhere. That's got to be part of the flashback, or force back in this case, of Luke, this destruction of Luke's temple. That's probably on Deveron, maybe, I don't know, but it looks like there's like a grassy area. I don't think that's Skellig, or rather Ach-To as some people think, because that ground's too level. You don't really find a stretch that flat on Ach-To. That's got to be the force, and he's just collapsing to his knees, just distraught, like, why do you have to keep putting poor Luke through the ringer? I want to give the poor guy a hug or something. Again, don't kill Luke. Don't kill Luke. Please. Did J.J. Abrams direct this? Okay, I'll let it go. It's the one lens flare in the whole trailer, and it's J.J. Abrams' style. Maybe Rian Johnson did that on purpose. Maybe he let J.J. just direct one scene. Or maybe this is a recycled scene. But Phasma's back. Why is Phasma back? She was tossed into a garbage masher on Starkiller Base, and she had only about 5 minutes to get out of there, grab a ship, and get out of Dodge if she even knew what was happening. She should either be a crumpled ball of aluminum foil or nanoparticles. She should not be alive. Ooh, yes, epic space battle. I don't know how I missed this the first time around. This looks amazing. It's got sort of a Return of the Jedi vibe, too, because they're over sort of maybe a greenish planet with several capital ships, A-Wings and X-Wings. Okay, this one X-Wing totally wrecked this one TIE fighter. There's like 9 others in the shot, but if this is Poe, like I kind of hope it is, he's an ace anyway, and that's what he does. He takes out a ridiculous number of TIE fighters. Is that Poe? Besides, why would they sort of focus on this one? Because after that, he banks and you see the underside. Again, don't kill Poe. And don't shoot him down without giving Finn a chance to say goodbye to him. Because those two, they've got buddy vibes going, and I love seeing that. Last shot. Somebody lighten this, and that thing in the background, that's Rey's staff leaning against the wall. And that looks more, is that the interior of a tree? It could be, because that looks more like roots than jagged rocks. And the outfit he's wearing, that does not look like his robe, because his robe went all the way down to about ankle length. This is only to about his knees, so either that's a different robe with like 3/4 sleeves, or the poncho that we've seen Rey wear in some of the things. I'm inclined to think it's the rain poncho. Oh, please don't let the Jedi end. I mean, you can reform them, but the Jedi as a whole, please. Don't just give up after spending all that time trying to bring the Jedi back. Yoda told you to, and even he knew that the Jedi were flawed. Please, keep that clear line between good and evil. Overall feelings about the first trailer for Episode 8, it's incredible. It does not give me the feeling of giddy excitement that the one for Episode 7 did, but then again, Episode 7 was more introducing new characters and bringing back old ones. Daisy Ridley said it. J.J. Abrams was bringing the nostalgia back. Now Rian Johnson is taking that and doing his own thing with it. It's amazing just hearing Luke train Rey. Oh man. This is something I've been wanting to see since I was 10 years old and I read the Young Jedi Knights books, seeing Luke as a Jedi Master. Yes, I've been waiting to see that for 20 years. By the time this rolls around, that will be 21 years. Luke as a Jedi Master. And I'm kind of thinking maybe we won't see him with his lightsaber, but just let him ignite a lightsaber just to see Luke with a lightsaber in his hands. If they do that for the next trailer, I'm going to lose my mind. Hopefully Rey being there will help him get over whatever, at least enough to come back and help. My biggest hopes for Episode 8 are, what I'm most looking forward to, just, like I said, seeing Luke being Master Luke. I always imagined him starting off with the student relaxing. That's why he's saying, breathe. That is, oh boy, I love that bit. Other than seeing that, the only three things I want out of this are don't kill Luke or have the Jedi, just like, oh, forget this. Let's just do a gray thing. Don't do it! Oh, and don't kill Poe, because Poe is awesome and I want to see more of him. I think he got kind of underused in Episode 7. I want to see more Poe. Especially I want to see more Finn and Poe moments, because that'll be cool. Don't have Rey turn to the dark side. Okay, that's all I want. If all those parameters are met, it looks like this movie will be a pretty fun ride. If not, it would take quite a bit for me to be severely disappointed, as long as they don't completely change Luke's character. There's one thing that makes me kind of worried about that. Mark Hamill has said that he completely objected the direction that Rian Johnson was taking his character in. I'm just hoping they don't go gray. They can't do that. They have to keep that well-defined line between good and evil, because that's part of what Star Wars is. It's like a fantasy morality tale set in space. So, yeah, that's I guess my biggest fear. But I hope you guys enjoyed my analysis of different shots from the trailer and my babbling on about what I hope to see, what I don't want to see in Episode 8. If you guys have any input, again, clean language, post a comment below. In the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying my reaction. So, until then, this is the Clumsy Jedi signing off. I need some water. I'm parched.